Hi, Goddess of Awesome here. So it's day 4 still, and I can't believe I'm making you another video. I have an interesting story to share, and I just have to tell you. So it's two-part. Okay, so my evening was a little interesting. After I missed my appointment that I was inconsiderate to and didn't text him and let him know I'd be with him in a minute, and he left. I didn't get anything after that for a while. And what did come in was two things. There was a person who was interested, had texted earlier in the day, and he had called this evening, and I could tell by the questions he was asking that he just was someone I didn't want to see. You know, like he first of all wanted to do the full hour for like my half-hour rate, just about. So that was a no-go. When I told him what my half-hour rate was, he, I just had too many questions, and I could tell he was hoping and hinting for maybe more than massage. So I just did not want to deal with that, and I just hung up on him, and let it go. So I just went and did my thing, went to the store, got a dog jacket for my dog because I didn't bring one little small part for his jacket, and I can't close it, his jacket, so I had to go get him a new one. So just upon leaving the store, I get a call from a regular who wants to come right away. Like he's right literally down the street or around the corner from where I normally stay. And that was great. So I hurried back to meet him. And, and sometimes I never know who these people are until I open the door, and I'm like, oh yeah, I know who you are. A phone number or looking at previous texts. I don't know, I see a lot of phone numbers and text a lot of people, but when they come through, and I see their face, I always remember them, so this person, this is the third time I had seen him, and he's a little bit of a kinky boy. I think most boys are kinky boys somewhere. Every boy has their own way of being a little kinky, some are way more vanilla than others. And this particular one, he enjoys like prostate massage, which I don't do. I don't do prostate massage. I have tried it once with a glove, and it's not for me, so I don't do that. And but I do kind of tickle near there, and near there, not up on that spot, but near there. And so this person really likes a lot of that. If I lightly caress his bottom from behind, he arches his ass like almost like a cat, just up in the air. A lot of clients do that. It always surprises me when I give them a great body massage, and then next thing I know, they're undoing all the work I did, sort of, because they're flexed and they have their ass arched high in the air. So this particular client, and I'll try to make it fast, he has a couple things about him. He has the prostate tickling back there he enjoys. He also has an infatuation with or a need or an enjoyment of having his hand drop upside down, so he's face down, so his back is facing up and his tummy's facing down, almost like you're milking him, and that definitely was something he enjoyed, the idea of him being milked. So last time I saw him, we had a goal. We weren't able to accomplish it. We got most of the goal done, but a lot of times after a person climaxes, they lose all their interest for going down the kinky path. It's fun to think about kink when you're aroused, when you're in the moment of building and being turned on, but you're also building that energy. That's when we think about kinky things or invite kinky things in. But even if it's just mental, But once you orgasm, for most people, both genders, once you orgasm, it's like poof, all that kinkiness just goes away, right? It just flutters away so fast, and what you once thought you might have could have done prior to that orgasm is no longer possible, right? Because you just released that energy, and all the kinky thoughts that got you there, now they don't have any power. There's no fuel, so it fades, right? It just fades so quickly, and poof, within a second or three, all that's gone, and people are back down to earth. They're grounded again, and those kinky ideas don't seem that interesting or alluring or fun, once you orgasm. So this particular individual, last time I saw him, we collected his stuff, right? When he climaxed, we caught it in a cup, and he was supposed to drink it. That was the task at hand. That's his fantasy. I didn't create this for him. This is something he wanted to do. And we tried to do it last time and it didn't work. Well, we tried it today and we got there. Totally worked. So sometimes I think it's a combination of the person, my client, feeling comfortable enough with his therapist. I think maybe you can meet someone, and on that initial first meeting, maybe you have such chemistry, or the moment is so perfect, kink-wise, that everything's lining up, and you can maybe achieve a great fantasy with someone you just met. But with a lot of people, I think it's easier for them to explore these things with someone they're familiar with, or have some comfortableness with, feel safe with, that sort of thing. So long story short, I this half hour, it was just a quick little 30-minute session, but he's into his tickling, so he got some tickling. He got to be milked, and I didn't finish the last part. Like, he pretty much took over after so long of the milking, and he needed, he took command of the post, and so in the end, I was just caressing the downstairs area, the underneath, the two friends underneath, and so when it was time for him to have his moment, I almost anticipated him to back out again. It's so common. I've seen it not just with this scenario that I've just told you about, but there's other fantasy scenarios I've seen people back out of once they climax. So I just almost banked that he would be backing out again. But after he climaxed, and he was on his knees, he was on the table, but he was kneeling on the table. I was standing on the floor, so next to him, and anyways, when he came, he held the cup. It all went into the cup, and the second that happened, he just decided he was going to go for it, and he quickly laid down. We had a plan, and it was that I was going to kind of get up sort of on the table once he laid down, so he could have a visual of me, my world downstairs. I mean, I didn't open up anything and show him, but I lifted my leg and let him see my world. So in his mind, me pouring the cum into his mouth, in his mind was that he was licking it out of me, or eating it out of me, or cleaning me up, kind of thing. So with that mental part, clipped in to the whole fantasy, we were able to get to the achieved result. And will he need to do that again and again and again? I don't know. I'm going to say maybe not. I think a lot of times that people, like he said at the end, he's like, well, I can cross that off my bucket list. That was huge for him just now. Like, we just accomplish something major he's thought about for a long time, and he finally just lived it, you know. Will he need to live that again? I don't know. You know, maybe not. And if he does, maybe it will be a year from now. Maybe it won't. Oh, I don't know if it probably won't be with me, right? Because I'm almost out of this world in the field work place. So I just wanted to share that. I thought maybe you might find it interesting. It's a trippy world here sometimes. You know, as much as I am a sensual massage therapist and I do bodywork sessions, people often come to a sensual massage therapist or even a dancer, because I know when I was a dancer I had these kind of requests, and you run into this sort of thing where they or you know, I'm sure escorts probably get the same thing from some people, where people want to live their fantasies out. You know, they want to pretend for a minute. They want to, you know, even though they know it's a massage or it's, you know, whatever it is, a dance, in their head, if they could take that somewhere they want to visit, you know, and they can actually go there in person with somebody, even if it's all just make-believe, or part of it is mental fantasy come to reality kind of thing. You know, that's brave on those individuals' parts, I think, for living, right? For being open to live that fantasy. And sometimes they can't do that with people in their lives that they know, you know. Sometimes it's hard to get a girlfriend to understand that for a split second, you know, he might need what just happened here, you know. He came, I basically poured it down his throat, and he swallowed it. You know, would he have been able to do that all by himself? I'm thinking maybe no. You know, the presence of a female, like that makes it safe, it makes it special, it makes it a journey you want to take, you know. Rather, you don't want to just do it alone. It's not as fun. So anyway, so with the realm of sensual massage, people can bring us all sorts of different fantasies to live out. And of course, you know, not every fantasy is going to jive with each therapist, you know. But I think when two people meet and they have some kind of connection, mental, or, you know, they have some kind of connection where they can have a meeting of the minds, that's when fantasies can come into reality in a positive way, right? In a constructive, positive way, in a safe environment. You know, he was safe here. I don't know anybody who knows, so I can't tell anybody what just happened. I mean, obviously I'm telling you, but you don't know him. You don't know his face. You don't know the town. You don't know him. And he's anonymous, and he'll stay that way, you know, with this story being shared. So it's just safer for men sometimes to come to a therapist to explore those fantasies, and then they don't have the residue later of dealing with what, you know, a spouse or partner can toss back in their face at some point during a discussion, a heated discussion, or a strong disagreement, you know. So anyways, there's things in this, there's a lot of positive things about this realm. And there's a lot of interesting things. There's a lot of things I can't make up, you know. So I'm using this time as my video journal, and you know, probably would have been interesting if I had been doing this for years now. You'd have so many case studies of so many different clients and potential scenarios. But you know, I'm going to collect as many examples for you, share with you, you know, my experiences, and maybe just through these however many days it is, you'll get an idea what it's like being, you know, life in the day of a sensual massage therapist, in the nit grit of the field work, you know. So, okay, well, I hope that was entertaining for you, and if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. I am the Goddess of Awesome. Thank you so much for being here with me. today. Bright blessings and be well.